Eric and Mike podcast brought to you by Insight Auctioneers, located in Sebring.
Yes, specializing in agricultural and construction equipment, Insight Auctioneer has been the place for government surplus and consignment auctions since 1999.
No matter what you need, everything from school buses to containers, shipment containers to a semen separator, they will have it at Insight Auctioneers.
I've literally seen everything out there, even commercial kitchen equipment, microwaves, laptops. The golf carts are amazing.
Yes.
They have a huge 65-acre plot off State Road 66 in Sebring with live monthly auctions, rain or shine, every month. But the really cool thing is you can also do it all online.
As we used to say, you can shop in your pajamas if you want to
That's
at
right.
Insight Auction. It's insightauction.com. You can look at the entire lot, and then you can bid right there online.
Insight Auctioneer, the personal auction company.
Hello, and welcome back once again to the Eric and Mike podcast. I am Eric. That is Mike.
Hello, everyone.
And welcome to the Eric and Mike podcast, brought to you by Insight Auctioneers. Insight Auction, located in Sebring, your government consignment auction location. Log on to insightauction.com and check out all of the rings of auctions that they have available. No matter if you want a backhoe or a storage container, they'll have a little bit of everything.
A party bus is
A
what
party
I want.
bus, yeah, exactly. At the one and only Insight Auctions and Insight Auctioneers. So, what's new?
Not a whole lot. Well, actually, I shouldn't say not a whole lot. There's a lot that's new. You and I haven't been able to get together since basically our last live show in the middle of September.
Oh.
And that has been unfortunate. Many things going on between the two of us in our busy lives. So I'm glad to finally get together and have a podcast.
Yes, indeed.
But let's see. The most recent thing that I obviously would love to brag about is getting to announce for the football game for the Winter Haven High School Blue Devils, the victorious Winter Haven High School Blue Devils, baby. Yeah. They pulled it out 19-12 against the Sarasota Sailors is who they were playing. Yeah.
The Sailors?
The Sailors, yeah. Oh, boy, the Sailors are here. They have a lot of tight ends.
Did you play in the Navy for them?
I should have. But no, it was an awesome experience. I just got to do that this past Friday. And you've announced for high school sports before.
Yeah.
Have you done football as well as baseball and basketball?
Yep.
All of it?
Yep. Track and field. I've done
you
it
did
all.
track and field.
I
really?
did track and field.
What do you do for that? Oh, there she goes, and she's done.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. Runners for the 100-by-4 individual medley. Please report to the starting line.
That sort of thing. Yeah. I was up in the press box. I got a little mixer was up there with a single wireless mic. There were not enough chairs for me to sit. Yeah, so I got to stand the whole game, but I was all right because it kind of kept me on my toes. I didn't, it didn't get me relaxed or whatever where I wasn't paying attention. But so they had. Remember, you called me and gave me a few pointers and said, "Are you going to have a spotter?"
Yes.
And I said, "I don't think so," because this was like a complete, last minute deal. The people who usually announce for the Winter Haven High School Blue Devils, it's a guy named Blake and his brother. They're apparently twins because everybody kept referring to them as the twins. Where are the twins at? Where are the twins aren't here? So they had something going on. Blake himself, I know, was sick, and the brother was already in South Florida because they had something that they had to be at the following morning. So I got thrown in literally last minute.
Okay.
And no plan, no script, no outline.
Oof.
Yeah, nothing. I had no idea what or when to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no idea what to say or when to say it. So I get there, and I go up to the booth and find my spot. And what I did find was a little, like a folder of just like notes and crap from previous games.
Okay.
So luckily, I was able to formulate an outline from those notes and scraps. Like, I found the sponsor list, and it did. Luckily, it said on their first quarter, brought to you by, but it all had like little scratched out, like this is no longer the sponsor of the first
Oh,
quarter.
goodness.
Now it's this, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I found that. I found a roster list was in the note. Was in the
Okay,
folder.
good.
So I got a roster list. And then I was like, well, I'm supposed to get a roster of the opposing team as well. Because, whenever they do something well, you're not just supposed to only announce the Blue Devils.
Sure.
You got to announce the other team as well. And so I didn't have that. So I called down, and it was BJ Mannix who put this together. He's like one of the heads of their sponsorship program. Okay. He's very involved in the high school. I guess, his son goes there or whatever. And so I call BJ, and I'm like, hey, man, I've got nothing up here. He goes, okay, I'm going to try to put something together for you, and I'll send it up. And what he sent up was just another guy to help me look through these papers and figure out what I'm supposed to do.
Thanks, BJ.
Yeah. But that ended up being a good thing because he ended up being what you were referring to as a spotter. He didn't have binoculars. But he knew, and he kind of knew the football team a little better. He knew the roster like almost by heart. And so what he would do is whenever somebody made a tackle, he would be like, that was number 14. It was number 14, Jason Smith, you know, or whatever. And then I'd go, tackled by number 14, Jason Smith, and I would announce it. So that ended up being good.
That's good. That helps out so much.
So I didn't sound like a complete fool. And then the other thing that helped out was, believe it or not, the Boss Hog radio guys were there.
Seriously?
Yep. Because the Boss Hog radio, I guess, the broadcast out of some garage, I think, in like Lake Wales. They were there, and they do a full radio program. Like they do it. They call the game.
They announce the game,
Yeah, they announce the game for the radio station. So if you're a fan, you can listen to the high school game on Boss Hog Radio. And so they had, luckily, a complete roster for the opposing team that they had pulled off of some website that they had available to them. So they were able to give me one of those. So now I have everything I need. I've got my sponsor list. I've got basically what I'm supposed – we actually literally hand wrote what I was supposed to say for the marching band and all that stuff. Yeah, the band guy came up. The band guy literally came up and said, here, just say this. And, like, he orated it to me, and I hand wrote it on the back of one of my sheets. So anyway, we got everything together. The game starts. At first I was a little nervous, but as the game progressed, I was getting more and more comfortable with it. I was calling out 1st and 10s and, 3rd and 5s and who has the ball and who ran the ball. And by the end of it, as Winter Haven finally started scoring, because they were getting beat like 12-0 at first, and I was like, oh, God, this is going to go terrible. But they got a pick 6.
All right.
From like their own 35, so they ran it back, 65 yards for a touchdown. I was all over that. He's on the 40. He's at the 35. He's at the 25. He's going to go. Here it is. And then touchdown, Blue Devils. Like, I was in. I was in at that point.
And just want you to know the homeless right now are watching you.
Oh, are they? So, yeah. But once I got in, after that, little excitement happened, and then the game started turning around, and I was really into it. Oh, God. Oh, God. You have a giant wasp on your neck, on your collar, rather. He's right there. Don't look that way. Let him fly away, because if he gets spooked, he's gonna want to stick. There he goes. Okay, he flew off. Holy moly. He's gone. I saw it. He flew away.
All right.
Wow. That was almost death.
Yeah, really.
You almost died. That would have sucked if you had got stung just now.
Yeah, but think of the listeners. It's for the ratings.
The views, yeah. But no, so after that, and then they ended up coming back and winning 19-12. And it was a really odd call at the end, and I can't remember exactly how it went down, but it should have been over. But they called timeout, but then they said, no, we don't want the opposing team called timeout, and then they said, no, we don't want the timeout. So they ended up letting the clock run down. Yeah, we're good to go, man. They ended up letting the clock run down, and the Blue Devils won. And then I'm like, and the final score, ladies and gentlemen, 19-12, and a victory for your Winter Haven Blue Devils. Like, and the crowd was going nuts. They were into it at that point. So it was a ton of fun, man.
Good. I'm glad you had fun.
I had so much fun. I was telling them, I was like, if you ever need this again, I'm in. Just call me. I'll be here. Because that's how fun it was.
Yeah, I'll do it for a hot dog.
Yeah, and that's all it was. That's all I got was it wasn't even a hot dog. Luckily, I got a Chick-fil-A sandwich. It was almost like getting a raise.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, good for you. That sounds like fun.
It was a good time, man, and it's always something that I've always wanted to do. You know, that's when I saw Boss Hogg there doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is something that you and I should have been doing all along. Now, we were in our level, obviously, we're above that. You know, they were doing it literally for free,
right?
Because they needed content for their radio station. But man, I think you and I could have knocked that out of the park. You know, you could have been the kind of straightforward analyst dude, and I'd be like, holy, he knocked snot bubbles into that kid. You know what I mean? We could have had so much fun doing that.
The Eric and Mike game of the week.
Yeah, and just been there and done the broadcast of the home games and done what they did. I would have loved that.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, it could have been great
if they would have paid for it.
Yep, exactly. And that's the thing; they wouldn't have paid for it, so it would have never happened. But it would have been, I think, brilliant for us to do something like that.
The only kind of exciting thing that has happened to me is that, and you're going to give me a hard time. I bought a new car.
You did? What the hell?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Holy crap.
Okay.
All right.
Let's start at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
In 2023, I bought a large SUV because I was involved and there was, I had basically a family.
Yeah, I remember.
And then that ended and it was just myself and I had this big SUV. And so
you were having major problems with it.
Yes, I was going to have some huge financial problems with it. So I got rid of that and I was going to go for something, get rid of the SUV. I'm going to clean house, purge myself of all of that memory. And I got a car. I got a Mazda 6, a 21 Mazda 6.
And aren't those supposed to be good cars, I thought?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Really?
I hated the car. You get to be my age and you get to be my size, and trying to put that damn thing on is like putting on a pair of skinny jeans. Yeah. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I agree. I got into my friend's Mustang just recently. Greg.
Yes,
the Angry Texan, and that thing, it's like riding a little scooter. It's like riding a surfboard on the road.
Yes,
it's so low to the ground, and getting in and out of it was a pain in the rear.
Right.
So I know where you're coming from on that.
And my car payment was, some people are going to say, is that all? But it was $600 a month.
That's a lot.
And I was like, I don't like it. I hate this car payment. So have you ever kind of been just going through your day and then all of a sudden, whether it's the force, Buddha, God, the trees, whatever you want to believe in, put something in your head that says you need to do this, and it turns out to be the greatest thing you've changed.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything specific, but I know that there's been those moments. Yeah.
So last Thursday, or a week ago Thursday, I guess I should say, I was fiddling around on the internet and something said, look for a car. Look for a new car. So I start poking around. Long story short, I came across a 19 Toyota RAV4.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Mid-sized little...
It's like a SUV crossover, right?
Yes, mini SUV, if you will. And found it in Gainesville, and I discovered that they had it on the lot for 70 days,
which is like a lot.
Yes,
for a car lot. Yeah,
and I'll jump through all the negotiations, but I got them to come down $5,000 on it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I lowered my car payment by $250, and I lowered my insurance by $100.
Nice.
So,
well, that's worth an applause.
Thank you very much.
So you have a Toyota RAV4 with how many miles on it?
79.
$79,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, not for 19. No.
Yeah.
It's burgundy.
Burgundy, yeah.
And it's gorgeous. It was spotless.
Much easier to get in and out of,
Oh
I assume.
my God, yes. And the only thing that was kind of a red flag was it had 3 owners. Well, I found out that the 3 owners were 3 car salesmen that all worked at the same car dealership. So they were,
Passing it around.
relentless on the maintenance and everything. They had all the records, and it was at Gainesville BMW.
Okay.
So I go up there to pick it up, and they had all the paperwork. I'd never been treated better by a car dealership than that place.
Wow.
I'll be honest with you. Everything was ready. Everything was perfect. So they were doing the final details on it, and I went to look at a BMW they had in the showroom.
Okay.
A 760i, 4-door, black interior. The seats, all of them were air-cooled, heated, and massaged.
I love those. Yeah.
Massage.
Jess has the air cool and the heat cool or heating.
Yes.
Has that. I don't think she has the massage, but the massage is a nice little touch.
$145,000 for that car.
So which one did you get?
Well, that's just the funny thing. So I mentioned to Zach, the guy that was helping me.
Yeah.
I said, "How many of these do you sell?" And he said, "Well, you'd be surprised, but the problem is you can't drive it off the lot. You have to order it.
Right, it has to be delivered or whatever.
Right,
yeah.
And I said, "Well, how long does that take?" And he says, "Well, it depends on what you have put on it.
Yeah.
It could take up to 8 months."
Jeez.
And I'm like, if I'm dropping $145K, I want to drive off the lot with it.
I want to leave with it right now.
Yeah. So, no, you have to pick the interiors and the seats and the colors and all that.
Crikey.
No, thank you.
That's nuts.
Let me just take this car. So I asked him. I said, "Have you ever had somebody walk in and just say, 'I'll take that,' and drop the cash and walk out?" And he said, "I've been doing this for 3 years, and that's only happened once. I came in at 8:50. Dealership doesn't open until 9. I'm walking in with my backpack and a lunchbox." And the guy was a straight up nerd.
Yeah.
Straight up. He looked like he stepped from Lord of the Rings. So he says that he's walking onto the lot and he sees a gentleman standing next to a convertible BMW. And the gentleman yells to him and says, "Do you work here?" And Zach walked over and said, "Yes, I do." And the guy said, "Okay, I want this car." And Zach said, "Well, let me go and drop my stuff off. I'll get the keys. We could take it for a test drive. And the guy said, "No, I want the car. I want to buy it.
I want this car.
I want this car."
Yeah.
And Zach was like, "Well, okay, let me drop my stuff off."
Yeah.
And so Zach goes in. He tells the sales manager, "I got a guy out here that wants to buy this car." Zach walks back out. The guy had written a check for the sticker price.
Jesus.
Made it out to Gainesville BMW. Said, "Here you go." And so naturally, they scan the check.
They have to check to make sure there's actually money in that account.
Evidently, that and many more of those checks would clear.
Wow. Okay.
And the guy was out in an hour.
Holy moly. Wow. And he wrote it for the sticker price.
Yeah, for the sticker price.
When you usually buy cash, at least from what I understand, you can knock quite a bit off if
Yes,
you're
you
paying
can.
up front.
Yeah.
And he didn't care. He was just like, I'll take
here
it.
you go.
Wow.
And so I asked Zach, "Were you employee of the week that week?"
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He said, "I should have just left that day right after it was done."
Wow.
But I love this car. I'm so happy with it.
So you're much happier with that. Easier to get
yes.
in and out of, obviously.
Yes,
Does
exactly.
it get good mileage and all that good stuff?
Yeah, 33 is what I'm
Nice.
finding.
Oh,
Hello,
hi.
sir.
Thank you, sir. By the way, I should mention that we're recording this at Mojo Federal here in downtown Lakeland.
And one of the great things about being out here on the patio is people walk by that you see and you know.
Yeah.
And
who's this?
joining us is
my goodness.
the legendary Joe Haven from downtown Lakeland and the RP Funding Center.
Wow. I feel like somewhere in here there might even be another microphone.
Sir. What are you guys working on? Hey, we're just doing our little podcast thing,
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. It's the old morning show.
I'll pause it for a second here. Always a fun time to see Joe, though. Joe is one of the greats of Lakeland, I think.
Joe Haven, stage manager and director there at the RP Funding Center, worked with him for many years there at the RP Funding Center.
So, do you have any opinion on as we're changing gears here? Do you have any opinion on the Hooters girl who's running for mayor?
Caitlin Kramer?
Yeah, I think that's her name.
I wish her all the luck in the world.
I do too. Like, I made a joke about it on my Facebook page, and I think some people were taking it the wrong way. But the joke that I made, it was actually the best comment that I saw in the original story, and that was, well, we have a reality star for a president. Why not a Hooters girl for mayor? I mean, come on. What's wrong with it? I feel like it could be a good thing. I mean, she's 24 years old. She does have a degree, according to the interview that I watched of her.
Yes.
It's not like she's just some, random party girl, just because she works at Hooters. But she seemed like, from the interview that I saw anyway, that she has a good head on her shoulders. Inexperienced, obviously, in politics and maybe, the things that make this city run. But at the same time, if the whole idea is to drain the swamp and get the old farts out of control, then why not support something new coming in with some fresh ideas?
With my connection with the city and the city government and the way it's run and what have you, I'm all for her giving it a shot. She has nothing to lose but her time and some dollars.
Right.
She is up against some tight competition that already has a leg in. I know some commissioners that are running and that are have a very strong hold on their position and what have you.
Right.
I personally am sorry that Bill Mutz has decided not to run and he is stepping down. I think Bill Mutz has done a very good job.
Yeah.
I like him personally.
I love Mayor Mutz.
I think he has I've had the opportunity in this new job to really sit and talk to him on you and I always had him on a very funny level, kind of a personal level.
Sure.
I've gotten more into a professional, his point of view, political level with this job. And I think he has great vision for the city, and he is the most liberal conservative I've ever met.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and I say that lovingly because he is very all-inclusive. He has his convictions, he has his faith, but he doesn't let that cloud his decision making and what's best for the city, and I admire that in that. But anyway, getting back to this Caitlin lady, I've read her positions on a few things. I think her position is a little naive.
Yeah.
A little.
That's where the inexperience comes in. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows where she's concerned.
Yeah.
Where if you have a business person such as Bill Mutz, he knows the kind of the dirty underbelly of what is going on in the city, and where our bread is buttered, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's really. I wish her all the best, but I don't hold much hope.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you don't think that she has any chance in hell of winning?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't. The cynical side of me, or the probably more, I should say, the realistic side of me, says there's no way in hell she's going to win. The hopeful side of me says, she's already making headlines because she's just a Hooters. That's what they want to call her, just a Hooters girl, running for mayor. But there is a part of me that would love to see somehow that it happens. I don't know what will happen after that, but it's kind of like that Cinderella story that you kind of root for.
Sure.
Just to see what the hell happens after
the underdog.
That. Yeah. I think it would be very cool if it does happen. But then how long is a mayor's term? Is it 2 or 4 years?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So what would happen in the following 4 years if she actually did become the mayor of Lakeland? I would be worried for. Well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it would be awesome to see her win, but then I'd be kind of, biting my nails going, oh, good.
Yeah.
What now?
Well, Lakeland is not a strong mayor community, which means that the mayor doesn't have the final say.
Oh, okay,
the
gotcha.
mayor is part of the commission, and so the mayor will have a vote and runs the meetings.
So it's not like a presidential type thing where he can veto a
Correct.
bill. Okay, gotcha.
Correct. The commissioners still have
The full say.
the full say, so to speak.
So what the hell's the point of having a mayor then?
Well, it's part of it is marketing and publicity, and
Just the
and,
figurehead.
Yeah, and the shaking babies, kissing hands.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
he's the one who
Goes
takes
to
the
ribbon
heat.
cuttings. Yeah,
He's the one that takes the heat and the credit whenever
Right.
things are going well or
really,
bad. Yeah.
really simplifying it, but because the mayor does do a lot of things that are integral to the development of the city, but he or she does serve as kind of a figurehead.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
it's the commission that will be drawing the
Sure.
or making
That makes sense.
the proclamations and the
I guess,
dedications.
It doesn't make any sense to me to do it that way because if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Winter Haven not have an official mayor?
Correct. They're assigned.
Yeah, they're assigned, and they're
Yes.
basically just like you said, one of the commissioners.
Yes.
So why
Same
not
with
just do
Bartow.
it that way?
Same with Bartow.
Yeah, why not just do it that way?
Yeah, it's just different forms of government that does it.
Now, does the commission does have a say on local law, correct or no? Like if they wanted to make it illegal to spit gum on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
is that the city commission that comes up with that law, and this becomes a law in the city of Lakeland, or who does that? Do you know?
To really, really simplify it, yes.
Okay.
But of course, it would go through all of the why, and goes through the city attorney and get written properly, and then proposed, and then they would go up for opinions and have the town meetings on them, etc.
I gotcha.
So yes, if they wanted to outlaw silver cars in parking in downtown Lakeland, then all of that would have to go through the parliamentary procedures. But yes, the commission can do that.
Who should I blame as not a member of the city of Lakeland anymore? Who should I blame for taking down all the stoplights? Who was in charge of that brilliant idea?
Well, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, gotcha.
But I can tell you the outcome from it.
Yeah.
And the outcome has been very favorable by the merchants and the brick and mortars. Yes.
And why is that?
Because it makes people continuously move, and it keeps the traffic going faster than going a block and stopping at a stoplight, and then going a block and stopping at a stoplight.
But what you just said seems contradictory because they have a stop sign where the stop lights used to be. So
but
now they have to go a block and stop.
But it's a quicker stop. It's not a timed. They're not sitting there for 30 seconds or whatever.
Right, or however
go
long.
Through. Yeah,
I gotcha.
They have just seen an increase in traffic and an increase in sales.
Really?
Yeah, which is what they're driving for.
I think this is the only downtown area that I've ever seen that has done this. Like every downtown that I've ever gone into has stoplights, and usually they're timed so that all of the north and south roads are going for 60 seconds,
yes,
and then all the east and west roads are, and that used to be how it was here. So, for instance, whenever I was going to the radio station, I knew that I could get through downtown fairly easily as long as I got that first green light. The rest of them were going to be green.
Right.
Now, to me, as a person who's just driving into downtown Lakeland or trying to drive through downtown Lakeland, it's a pain in the rear because I got to stop every 50 feet. You know what I mean?
I do.
So that's my issue with it. But I could see where maybe the merchants could enjoy it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make perfect sense to me, but I see your point. I see
the foot traffic in downtown Lakeland is remarkable, in my opinion.
The foot traffic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I wish that I had a comedy club here. There's no foot traffic in Winter Haven, downtown Winter Haven. Zero. I mean, they park basically in front of the business they want to go into, and then they walk into it, they get what they want, and they leave.
Right.
There's not any real foot traffic. They did a beautification project in downtown Winter Haven where they got rid of a ton of parking spots. And that, to me, it looks fantastic.
Sure.
It really does look fantastic. I will say that. It looks fantastic. But I think it was counterintuitive in that now all of those spots are gone along the main drag of downtown Winter Haven. And so people are having to park farther away, and they don't like it. They don't like having to walk. They don't want to walk. It's like Winter Haven is the exact opposite of Lakeland. They don't want to walk. So we get very, very few foot traffic things going on. And there's not as much parking down there, it feels like, because they took away some 30 or 40 spaces. And it's just, it kind of flubbed things up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can understand that. And I know going to your club, it can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, if you don't get a parking spot right in front of the club, you're going to be walking a couple of blocks.
Yeah.
And that makes it kind of annoying. Which, I mean, I guess here it's similar. I mean, if you don't get here at the right time, you're going to be walking because the parking spots are pretty far and spread out.
Do you want anything?
I'm not going to order anything. I ate before we came, but
so I'll take the bill whenever you're ready.
So yeah, I don't know. I definitely love downtown Lakeland. I think downtown Lakeland, in my opinion, is getting it right. Downtown Winter Haven has miles to go to get here.
Well, thank you.
Well, I mean, in that regard, I still hate that there's no stoplights. Don't get me wrong. I still have my problems with downtown Lakeland. I feel like back in the day, it was so much easier to park here. It was so much easier to park. And now everything is very confusing. Everything's only 15-minute spots. And I know we've talked about this before, but it's
there's a spot right there open.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And right over there next to it, it has a little pay symbol.
Right.
Which you and I have talked about.
Yes.
And I understand now that's only, after 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, your first 2 hours are free, and then after that you pay.
There should be another sign that says that. Because I met somebody else for lunch down here, and they did the same thing. They circled around and kept passing those spots because they didn't want to pay.
Well, because they're stupid.
What? Well, if there's a sign that says you have to pay to park here and that you don't have to pay to park there for 2 hours, there should be a sign that says first 2 hours are free. After that, it's X amount of dollars an hour.
I believe that the signs are a bit confusing. And but I was not a part of that group that developed it. And from what I have learned, you can want to phrase things a certain way, but it will still go up the ladder, and legal will still say, no, you have to do all of this. And it just is
and
mind-numbing.
I know, so that's my other question too is if we're talking about the mayor and the commission, so who is the person who is in charge of that? Is that the Downtown Development Authority? Is that you? Or is that the commission who said, let's make these all pay spots now?
We have a very large say in it. It is us, us along with traffic, the legal department, and the commissions that do all of that.
The other thing that I think that you guys are getting so right is your First Friday events.
Well, thank you.
My God. Like, that is everything that I wish Winter Haven's First Fridays would be.
Our last one drew 8,300 people, 8,300 people.
They want to pretend like there's straw a lot down there.
Yeah.
There is a specific media group does not need to be mentioned who is in charge of that, and they will post photos of how crowded First Friday was and how many people their Facebook posts reach, and this is why it's super important that we're a part of it. But then I will literally walk out of my front door of my club and go look, and the streets are empty. I'm like, where did you get that picture from? Did you go to the one spot where there was 12 people standing around and take that photo?
Up close and tight.
Yeah, up close and make it look like, because it's not that. I mean, I'm there. It's not like I'm just making this up. I'm there. I'm there every First Friday.
Right.
I walk outside of my club, and there's nobody.
Yeah.
There'll be music playing across the street at the wine bar, and it's great. It's very neat. It is attractive. It's a cool sound in the downtown area.
Sure, yeah.
And you would hope that it would be packed with people, but it's not. It's not like what I have been into and know what First Friday in Lakeland is.
Yeah, First Friday. Now, granted, First Friday is 20 plus years old.
Of course, yes. And this one I don't even think is a year old yet.
So it's gone through its growing pains. But
I just wish that the people in charge of it right now would have came to the Downtown Lakeland Development Authority, LDDA, whatever the hell that stands for.
Lakeland Downtown Development Authority.
There we go. Thank you. I wish they would have come to you guys and said, hey, we're wanting to do this. What steps should we take? That would have been a brilliant move on their part. And I think what they did is they just came and looked and went, oh,
we could do this.
We could do that. And then they just went back and they decided to do it.
And faked it.
And they took almost zero input from the merchants who were downtown. They did have a meeting before they started. It was like at 8 a.m. on a Thursday.
Okay.
At the Ritz Theater.
The night before the
or
the day before
exactly.
doing it.
Yeah. And they, we had hands raised and questions asked, but none of the input was, I felt anyway, was actually taken seriously and actually executed or used.
Almost like, that's a cute idea, but we're doing it this way.
Yeah, exactly. So I if I haven't made it clear enough, I am not a fan of the downtown First Friday in Winter Haven. But another thing that they won't do, they won't bring merchants. They won't close the streets off. That's, to me, seems like the simplest. Hey, we're closing the streets from just these 2 blocks on Central Avenue from, 4th Street all the way over to 2nd Street. We're gonna close those 2 city blocks. We're gonna have vendors and food trucks in the center of the road, and you can park over at the park, or you can park at the parking garage and walk over and enjoy yourselves. There's gonna be live music. All of the merchants are gonna be open later. It's gonna be a good time every First Friday. And instead, what they do is, hey, merchants, it's First Friday. What specials are you offering? And then that's what they promote. So they want us to make, if you buy 1 drink, you get a 2nd drink at half off. Or our shirts are, a boutique might be saying, hey, it's 20% off on First Friday. Everything is, we have to offer a discount in order to get the people down. And they're relying on us to do that. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
It's very backwards.
Yeah.
If the idea is to help the downtown area and to promote downtown businesses, then you should be bringing the people and you should be bringing the events and the things. We help. I mean, we could still offer the discounts. I'm fine with that. But that's the only thing that they're offering for First Friday.
Yeah.
Is come on down, shoppers. Everything is 20% off, and the places that usually close at 6 are going to stay open till 7 and whatnot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're going to pay their employees an extra hour or 2 on the clock, and they're going to offer discounts on their goods. So how is that helping us? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's absolutely asinine. I don't get what their thought process is behind it.
Well, I was not here on the ground floor when this thing started, but currently we try to have a theme every month.
Right.
November is Coca-Palooza. So it's all chocolate.
It's a bunch of Colombians are going to be down here.
Yeah. It's going to be all
Coca.
Yeah.
Not Coke, not soda.
No, not soda.
And definitely not cocaine.
Not cocaine.
Yeah.
Coca-Palooza.
I completely missed it anyway. I thought you were talking about soda, and I was making a cocaine joke. But, yeah.
So it's all chocolate-based.
Okay.
We have reached out to chocolatiers and have invited them. We have invited some liquor distributors. They will be bringing
chocolatinis and stuff like that.
Yes, chocolate rum, chocolate,
yeah.
etc. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
And
thank you for buying my soda.
You're welcome. And then we have contacted all of our vendors, all of the merchants that come down and be a part of this.
Yeah.
We have told them what the theme is, and we have suggested ideas for them to do at their tent.
Yeah.
So let's say we invite Mike's Roofing Company, who is a longtime person that comes down here. We've emailed you and we've said, November is Coca-Palooza. We'd love for you to, dress as an M&M or decorate your booth chocolate color, whatever. Have little games. We brainstormed some games that you could do at your tent, like how many M&Ms are in this jar and win a gift certificate, or a kissing booth, where you just hand out little kisses, chocolate kisses.
Nice.
And call it a kissing booth,
I
a
like
kiss
it,
booth.
Yeah.
Just silly, stupid little things like that. Very family friendly. And then we also have incorporate members of our farmers market, we makers as we call them, to join our First Friday. So we then expand the footprint.
Right.
So half of it is always merchants or businesses. And the other half are just little local people, that mom and pops that sell honey or whatever.
Do they pay for a spot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they pay you for a spot.
Yes. Yeah.
So they were one of the, because this was suggested, having a maker's market type thing. And one of the problems they had with it, this was in the very first meeting that was however many months ago now, one of their problems was having a maker's market cost too much money. And I thought to myself immediately, how is that possible? You charge them to set up their booth, even if it was only, I don't know how much you guys charge, but even if it was only $100 and you got 10 vendors, then I'm sure it's more than that. No? Oh, okay. Well, perfect. I mean,
it's as little as $5.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
5,
thinking
10,
a little
15,
bit too big.
20,
but,
just
yeah.
you know. But
as
we
little
sell
as-
out. That's the point. We sell out.
Yeah, you sell out, especially
Yeah.
if it's only $5.
Yeah.
But why would it cost money? Where does your cost come into having a maker's market? Do you have a cost that's associated with that?
Well, sure. We have the cost of permitting to get the streets closed.
Okay.
We have a cost of the employees, the
And
number
those
of employees.
permits, I'm assuming, are applied for
Yes.
maybe even a year in advance.
Oh, yeah. I've done the permits for First Fridays for 2026. I've
Already?
Yes, I've already completed those.
Yeah,
Now, when we have special events that contain alcohol, like November's will be,
Yeah.
I have to submit a special permit license to have an open carry, but that's only $25.
So it's $25, and because the streets are closed off, do they have to have a wristband or anything of
No.
that nature?
No.
So one of the big issues was, well, it's not going to be fun if people can't go walk around and enjoy the music outdoors at these different places without taking their beer with them.
Right.
A lot of people do enjoy that. It's a special event. You
Sure.
like to have your cocktail.
It's a
or
fair.
your
It's a
beer.
carnival.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to be able to do that. So that was one of the big issues that people had. So they finally came up with a solution. And I don't know if this is because Winter Haven's laws are different or what, but they allowed it finally. But the vendors, so me as the comedy club, would have to buy a sleeve of these special cups that were made specifically for First Friday, and I had to purchase them with my own money and pour my drinks into those cups, and that way people could walk around with their cup. I
don't get it.
And they
I
said
know.
if it's not in this cup, the person with it will get in trouble, and then they will ask them where they got it, and then we would get in trouble because we didn't give them a cup. So
you're going to walk up to a person that's already had at least some alcohol.
Yeah.
Take their word as being the truth.
yeah,
As opposed to just go, I got it over there.
Yeah.
And they just randomly point at someplace.
no, it's just to me is
Well,
it's so bass-ackwards over there.
knock
It's
on
crazy.
wood, ours is very family friendly.
Yeah.
We only have people that will come down and get a drink,
Sure.
maybe two, and walk around with it, and they're done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not a get drunk and puke in the street fest.
Right. It's not a
And-
beer festival.
Correct.
But it's
Yes.
as an adult, a responsible adult, if I would like to carry a beer in my hand while I
Correct.
go peruse around the vendors and whatnot,
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what kind of cup it's in.
Correct.
As long as it
Correct.
was purchased, I'm sure, at a legal alcohol establishment.
Correct. As long as it was within our footprint. Yeah.
Right. You're not allowed to just bring in a bottle of Fireball and do shots in the middle of the park.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a wagon with a cooler in the back, just stacked with beers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
You're not bringing your own cooler full of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So-
makes sense to me. And I don't understand why it's so difficult for them. And I've actually wanted to get involved with them, but it's another one of those push, you've got to get your foot in the door type
Yeah.
thing. They're in charge, and
Right.
they by God know what's best.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if some Hooters girl is going to come in and ruin my First Friday. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm going to need to get scooting.
I
Speaking of work,
understand.
but before we get out of here, let's talk about Thursday night
Yes, we need to do that.
coming up at the Laugh Out Lounge. We're going to be doing a live Eric and Mike podcast.
That's right, and it's been just over a month since our last one, so this will be our next one. Tickets are on sale right now at winterhavenlol.com. I think you can use code EMP and save $5. So get on there and get your tickets this Thursday at Laugh Out Lounge, winterhavenlol.com for tickets.
Please do so. We would love to see you. It's happening Thursday night. And we also want to take a quick second and thank Sean once again down at Inside Auctioneers, for sponsoring the Eric and Mike podcast. And we appreciate you, Sean. Absolutely appreciate you.
You the
and everything
man.
that you do for us. We really, really, really do. Thanks so much. We're out of here. I'll see you Thursday night, sir.
Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and go check out the YouTube channel. We're at 2.4 million views on YouTube right now, which is awesome. So go check out the YouTube channel. Just search for the Eric and Mike podcast. And we'll see you Thursday night. Adios.